Welcome students, hope you are fine and safe at home. Class 10th, Health and Physical Education. Chapter 4, Fundamental of Anatomy and Physiology. Chapter 3, Fundamentals of Anatomy and Physiology. Meaning of anatomy and physiology. Anatomy is the study of structure, while physiology is the study of function. It is concerned with the study of structure of organisms, including their organs, tissues, and systems. It also includes the study of position and appearances of various body parts. Physiology, on the other hand, is concerned with the functioning of the body parts. For example, the study of structure and position of human heart comes under anatomy, whereas the functioning of the human hearts come under physiology. The study of physiology and anatomy are important in sports to understand the effects of training on athletes or any major game. Definition of anatomy. Anatomy is a branch of biology that deals with the study of body structure of organisms, which includes their system, organs, and tissues. Physiology. Physiology is the branch of biology that deals with the functions and activities of living organisms and their parts including all physical and chemical process. Means anatomy जीव विज्ञान की वह शाखा है जिसमें हम बॉडी के विभिन्न अंगों के स्ट्रक्चर, सिस्टम और उनके ऑर्गन्स के टिश्यूज का अध्ययन करते हैं. बट फिजियोलॉजी भी जीव विज्ञान की एक शाखा है. वो डील्स करती है फंक्शन और एक्टिविटी ऑफ लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म. मीन्स आपकी जो बॉडी की जो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म हैं, जो आपके लिविंग ऑर्गन्स हैं और उनके पार्ट्स हैं, उनके फिजिकल और केमिकल प्रोसेस का अध्ययन करती है. साथ ही साथ उनकी क्रिया और उनके कार्य का भी अध्ययन करते हैं. Importance of anatomy and physiology. In order to understand the effects of exercise on our body and for the efficient use of our body parts, we must know the structure and function of various parts of our body. Our body is a complex system. It is made up of many organs. Heart is the chief organ of circulation. The stomach is an organ of digestion. The lungs are the organs of respiration, and the muscles are organs of movements. Since these organs are interlinked and interdependent on each other, we must know all about their roles and importance in our body. Knowledge of structure of organ system. Study of anatomy physiology helps us to understand the pattern of growth and development of various organ systems in children. So it helps us in planning proper activities for them. For example, with the help of anatomy, we can find out the percentage of fast twitch muscles fibers, means fast twitch muscles fibers and slow twitch muscle fibers. If an individual has a high percentage of fast twitch muscle fibers, he or she is fit for sprinting or high speed events. However, if an individual has a high percentage of slow twitch muscle fibers, he or she is fit for endurance events like marathon or 220 and 50-kilometer walk and cycling or sea long distance events. Clear? Second, knowledge of function of organ systems. The function of various systems are studied in physiology. It helps to build knowledge about the effects of exercises on various organ systems as their capacities and capabilities can be enhanced by sports training, lung capacity, heart capacity, adaptation to training load are studied in physiology. Next point, talent identification and selection of sports. Anatomy and physiology help in the identification of right athletes for particular sports. The size and structure of the body and function of the various organ system of the athlete are studied. Accordingly, high strengths and weakness are identified, and he is placed in the sports best suited to his abilities. Next, preparation of training module. A training program for an athlete is customized to suit his needs and is effective if it improves his fitness and performance. Knowledge of anatomy and physiology is required to prepare an effective training module for different sports person. Coaches and teachers of physical education should have the knowledge of human body system and exercise physiology before preparing the training modules. Next, prevention of sports injuries. Sports injuries are very closely associated with the training and sports competition. The nature of load, adaptation of load, overload, and recovery are studied in exercise physiology. By having the knowledge of exercise physiology, one can prevent sports injury of joints and ligaments. Hence, knowledge of the different functions of body systems help in preventing sports injuries. Next, management of sports injuries. Injuries are unavoidable in the field of sports. Sports injury may happen due to multiple reasons. Its management and proper treatment is necessary. Having the knowledge of anatomy and exercise physiology help athletes recover fast. Hence, the knowledge of anatomy and exercise physiology is an added advantage for management of sports injuries. Next topic, structure of our body. Our body consists of a large number of bones that constitute the skeleton. These bones form a strong framework for muscular attachment and protection of softer structure like brain, eyes, nose, ears, heart, lungs, stomach, liver, spleen, kidney, intestine, etc. These organs may be conveniently arranged in groups or systems according to their respective functions. So we have the following systems working in our body. Number one is skeletal system. Number two, muscle system, muscular system. Number three, circulatory system. Number four, digestive system. Number five, respiratory system. Number six, nervous system. Number seven, glandular system. Number eight, excretory system. Number nine, reproductive system. Function of the skeletal system, classification of bones and types of joint. Skeletal system. Skeletal system is the body framework of the body consisting of a number of bones. Bones are composed of limb and certain salts deposited in a network of very strong fibers which impart a great degree of rigidity to their structure. The skeleton of a newborn baby consists almost entirely of a firm, tough, and flexible substance called cartilage, which gradually hardens into bones. Two thirds of the weight or two-third weight of the weight of bones is due to inorganic salts, mostly calcium phosphate, calcium carbonate, calcium fluoride, and magnesium chloride. The remainder consists of organic matter. The skeletal system of our body may be divided in four parts. Number one, skull. Skull is a large bony case at upper extremity of verbal vertebral column. It consists of two parts, namely the cranium and the face. The cranium is a large and hollow body case which contains the brain and organs of special sense like nose, eyes, ears. It consists of eight bones. It consists of mm, eight bones in adults. Some of the bones which are originally distinct are fused together into one mass. A continuous canal with a hollow case runs through the backbone and contains the spinal cord. Our face forms the front and lower part of the skull and is composed of 14 bones, of which only one, mandible, is movable. It is the lower part of our jaw. Trunk. The bones of our trunk have a special significance in our body. The spinal column is composed of a series of bones called the vertebrae. These consist of the 33 bones, out of which 24 are joined in a way be movable on each other, and rest 9 are fused together. There are pads of elastic cartilage between the bodies of the vertebrae. These unite the vertebrae and serve to act as a buffers that prevent sudden shocks to the spinal cord and the vertebrae. The ribs form an elastic framework which protects the organs contained in the chest and assist in the mechanism of respiration. Upper limbs, the arms of our body, upper limbs, and especially adapted for performing a wide range of movements. They consist of the shoulder, upper arm, forearm, wrist, and hand. The bones forming the above consist of clavicle, it means collarbone, scapula means shoulder blade, humerus, bone of upper arm, ulna and radius, two parallel bones in the forearm, carpals, wrist bones, metacarpals, bone in the palm of the hand, and phalanges, finger bones. The upper part of the humerus attached to the scapula and the clavicle form a bony connection with the trunk. The lower part of our arm consisting of the radius and the ulnar joints with the humerus in the upper portion to form the elbow joint, and the carpals in the lower portion to form the wrist joint. The carpals are arranged into two rows. The four lower carpals are joined with the metacarpals in the palm of the hand, which in turn are joined with the phalanges or finger bones. Lower limbs. The bones forming the lower limbs are pelvic, means hip bone, femur, thigh bone, patella, kneecap, tibia, sine bone, and fibula, splint bone, tarsals, ankle bone, metatarsals, instep bones, and phalanges, toe bones. The three bones are pelvic girdle, ilium, ischium, and pubis, along with the thigh bone and femur form hip joint. Femur is the longest as well as the strongest bone of our body. The lower part of femur is joined with tibia and and fibula, which form the knee joint. The tibia and fibula are attached with the tarsals, means ankle bones, which are arranged into two rows like the bones of our wrists. The four lower tarsals are similarly joined with the metatarsals, which in turn are joined with the phalanges. Functions of the skeletal system. The skeletal system has to perform the following function in our body. Number one, defines shape of our body. The skeletal system defines a proper shape of our body. The height of an individual is defined by the length of the bones. Second, provides support to the body. Provides support to the body. The skeletal system is basic frame which support the entire body and its various systems. Provides protection to vital organs. The skeletal system provides protection to our vital organs such as the brain, heart, lungs, and genital organs. Next, act as a machine. The skeletal system consists of a long, short bones. These bones join with the muscles and ligaments and form levers. These levers help in the performance of all physical activity such as walking, jogging,